Okay, the meeting of the Park Board of the City of Connersville, Indiana is now in session. Harold, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Carrie, will you please do the roll call?
Scott Keyfaber,
Here.
Terry Piper, Ann Kirshner, here. Jeff Cooley,
Here.
Jane Lashua,
Here.
Herb Gordon.
Here,
Everybody check reading the minutes. Any additions or corrections need to be added to that from last meeting?
I move we pass them as presented.
I'll second.
Okay, got a motion to accept and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, minutes are good. All right, let's move on to some new business. We have a guest tonight that wants to talk to us regarding our invasive species issue. Mr. Caldwell, would you like to step up?
Yeah, I'm Dave Caldwell. I'm with the Fayette County Soil and Water Conservation District Board. And we recently got a grant from the Clean Water Indiana for working on invasive species and cover crops. And I don't think the park puts in many cover crops, so we'll stick with invasive species. And one thing we'd like to do, we want to get the word out about what invasive species are and how to eradicate them. And one thing we'd like to do is put on what we call a weed wrangle in John Connor Park on April 17th. I mentioned that to you, Catherine, and I think that was clear, but need to make sure it's okay with the board. What that would mean, what we would be doing in this event would, Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, we'd get as many people as we can talk into coming and educate, give them a little training session on what invasive plants are. And in John Connor Park, we have plenty of opportunity to show what they are. You've got a number of them there. And so we will show people what they are and then have a short actual eradication of some of them. We'll show them how to eradicate them too. But then after that's all over, as long as people stick around, we'll invite them to help pull up a bunch of garlic mustard that you have there. And we don't want to get into spraying with volunteers. Spraying, we might do some cut stump painting, might do that kind of thing if it looks like it would be okay to do. But we don't want to expose people to a lot of chemicals. We'll just show them what they should be doing with them on their own property and how to do it. So that's what we'd like to do Saturday, April 17th. We've got insurance. The Soil and Water has insurance through Farm Bureau for events like that. We get volunteer waivers, so if they sign that if they get poison ivy or somebody snips off a finger, you're not liable. We were wondering if there'd be any help from the park employees. Do you have people that would be interested in helping out with that?
I can ask if they'd like to volunteer, but not scheduled to work on a Saturday.
They're not on a Saturday. Okay. Do you have any equipment that we could use? thinking-
No, that's a union issue.
I'm sorry?
That's a union issue.
The equipment belongs to the union?
Well, no, I can't lend it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the equipment belongs to the park, but only
Yeah.
union operators are allowed to work on them.
When I'm talking about that equipment, well, some equipment would be handy would be wood choppers.
Okay, even those.
Wood choppers.
Okay.
Because there's quite a bit of brush generated if we do.
Yeah, any kind of heavy equipment like that, like a wood chopper,
Yeah,
has to be run by a unionized employee.
okay,
Okay, it has to be certified on that product, and that's the only way that the park can use it.
okay.
So that's why they can't loan any of that stuff out.
If we were to pile up a bunch of brush
We'll
on
take care of
Saturday,
it.
There you go.
could we leave it there?
Yep,
Okay,
sure can.
you would take care of that.
Mhm.
Wonderful. Then you would be able to haul it away.
Yes, they can get that done.
Okay. If we do garlic mustard, you don't want to take it to compost it, because we'll just be spreading it.
Yeah, I don't know where would they take that.
What do you do with it?
Yeah.
Well, it could be,
Burn it?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Never fails.
Never, sorry. Shut up here.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
take care of it. We'll figure it out.
Okay, how about smaller equipment like nippers, shovels?
It'd be best to just bring your own.
Well, we can.
Yeah.
But that's also a union issue?
I don't know about that, but I don't know that the park has that much of that equipment.
Yeah, not really.
Okay. Liz Yetter was supposed to be here. She is a specialist in invasive plants. And, I mean, she can look at them, figure out what they are, and knows a lot about eradication. She'll be involved with the training that we would do. She'll go in and do a evaluation before we do this, and just to see what we got. Then we'll go in and do what we can do, and then she'll come back and evaluate again later to see what effect it had. So that'd be handy to have. Waste disposal you would take care of. Would we be able to get notice of this put up on your corner billboard that lights up? Okay, good. Good. Do you have some other property where you feel like there's a possible invasive plant problem?
We talked about Babe Ruth a while back.
Yeah, there probably is some there. Yeah. It's pretty bad in John Connor.
Yeah.
Last year, Liz and I did a small clean out of one little area. I mean, it probably wasn't quite as big as this room. And we cleaned it all out. I mean, we took out everything that was invasive. And it filled my pickup truck twice. I can't chop it so it's fluffy, but there was a lot of stuff. You have a lot of bush honeysuckle. You have tree of heaven. You've got the garlic mustard. And Liz will go through there and find other stuff too. But so there's a lot that could be. And what I'm envisioning for the future is to do this and try to do it in a fairly big way to some extent. It would be a massive thing to clean out John Connor. But what we could do is clean out a section so that people can see what it looks like when that's done. And keep it cleaned out. So if that would be all right, if you wouldn't mind if we designate a section that's visible to the public, that they can see, and maybe put a sign up that says what we did, if that would be all right.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay.
Education is what you need.
Yeah. So then we'd be able to maintain that. If you saw this little area Liz and I did, it looks like a bomb went off. There wasn't much left because there was so much invasive plants, and that's why we have to get rid of them, because they wipe out everything else. So anyway, that's what we're here about. I hope we can. Yes,
It's limited.
yes, young man.
It's limited to plants, right?
Yes.
Not us invasive.
No, just plants. No, if the Russians come over, we're going to leave them alone.
Oh, weird, I can look it up.
Could I make a suggestion?
Yes.
If you want some volunteers, you might contact Gabe Nobby, the agriculture teacher at CHS,
Oh, yeah.
because those kids, those FFA kids, are always looking for volunteer work to do. And they might be a good source of labor, and also they would have some of their own tools because they use that. And also, if you wanted it advertised, go down to, we can do it at the park certainly, but go down to Union Savings, and they
Oh,
will,
yeah.
they are very good about putting things like that on their sign.
Oh, yeah. The
But-
same kind of sign you
Same
have.
kind of sign we have, but there's a lot of traffic in that, you get a lot of notice when the things goes on down at Union Savings.
And Franklin County National Bank might do the same thing.
Huh?
Who?
Franklin County National
Yeah,
Bank.
Franklin County
Oh.
National Bank might do the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
30th Street, USLA.
They're closest to John Connor, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Union Savings has a couple of them, and I've forgotten about Franklin County.
Okay.
But I think that Gabe Nobby, you can get a hold of him through the school
But
website
I
easily.
know Gabe pretty well.
Know Gabe pretty well.
And then
And,
we'll get with 4-H also.
yeah, so that would be a good a really good resource, I think, for you to get some
People would
volunteers.
want to show about these things too.
Yeah,
But you're welcome to come too.
Ann is allergic to almost everything, so,
Well, that's what we're gonna get rid of.
I know.
No, we won't, that's one thing that happens, there'll be poison ivy there and stuff like that, that is native unfortunately, so.
Yeah, it and I have met.
Okay. Okay, well, that's what I'm coming up with. What I'll do is write something up that might be appropriate to put on your board, and then we'll make flyers and advertise them as best we can. And I assume it's okay for a group. By then, the park will be open, right?
It's open now.
It is now? Okay, good. But we'll, I assume, have it staged in that area just above the pond, only
Okay.
where there's plenty of parking. And hopefully we'll fill it up, we'll see. Okay, that's all I got.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know if you have to make a motion or something, but can I assume we're gonna be able to go forward with those
You
things?
are. You're good.
You're good.
Okay. Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
See you on April 17th.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't forget your hat.
I'm sorry?
Oh, thank you. That's why you should have loaned me your tools.
It's my cousin.
All right, let's move on to our sports director's report. Probably got kind of busy right now, aren't you?
Yeah, well, with the soccer, just finally getting it just about organized. We had a big increase, jumping up to 393 kids this year.
Wow.
Whoa. Just got finished this past week with church league basketball and men's league basketball, both of them very successful this year.
Good.
No, not very many problems or anything. And we are still taking sign-ups for t-ball, softball, and the baseball till March 26th.
Getting,
It is Friday,
Yeah.
and we close at 4.
Yeah. Yep. No late sign-ups.
you got quite a few signing up for baseball this year.
As of right now, it's probably looking about 80 or 90 or so.
Hmm.
But every single sport, you just can't, you never know until about them last 2 days.
Right.
That's when everybody seems to sign up.
That's
Okay.
when they go, oh my gosh, I've only got 2 days to get this done, so.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
All right, well, good. Enough to keep you busy anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So soccer field's looking pretty good shape to getting
Yeah.
them lined and everything.
Yeah, we got Steve Matney, and I believe he's got his daughter that's gonna be taking care of the lining the fields and stuff this season.
Okay.
Because we, somehow we lost Peyton.
Yeah, I hired him away from you.
Yeah, that's right.
So, okay, good. All right, awesome. All right, puts it over to the big shot, our superintendent.
Unless you guys have any questions, I did want to highlight, we did run toddler time last week. We had 18 kids come. I think that's our highest attendance that we've had. So I think that's a program that people were missing. And so that's going to be the third Friday each month, 10:30 at the Miller Building. And then the Easter egg hunt is coming up on the 1st at 5:30 at the Roberts Park by the pavilion. So unless you guys had any questions.
With, you asked for help up there on that Friday, is it where we just show up early, or how do we?
Yeah, maybe like 4:30 or 5. We're just gonna hand the prizes out.
It's on Thursday, right? Thursday's the first?
Is that a Thursday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thursday the first.
Okay,
That's all I got.
all right, let's move on to old business. Do we have any old business to discuss? I didn't have anything on my list at this time. Anybody got anything they want to bring up?
I wasn't here at the last meeting because I had a school board meeting when I was reading the things about the not-for-profits. Are we going to discuss that at a later time, or are we still working on that?
Yeah, I think we still have some wording that needs to be put in there. I haven't got with Catherine to discuss that change, but something has to be put in because of how we approach that.
Right.
We're trying to approach it in a more open fashion. If they want it for free, well, we were looking to say, hey, you scratch our back, we'll scratch your back type situation.
I think the advertising thing is completely appropriate, and
Yes,
again, we scratch.
right. It's a win-win at that point in
Yeah,
time.
it is, yeah.
So, and it seemed like both situations that we talked to last time were very open to it, very willing to do some of that for us. So, I think most of these nonprofits that want in the building are going to be advertising what they're doing so that they get people there. So why not put our name on it too?
Sure.
So I think, but we have to get the wording correct in the
Well, and
agreement.
as far as the PR thing, that's excellent. Putting it out there for the park is being such a big part of the community and supporting the
Right.
community and vice versa. So,
Exactly. So
okay.
we just have to get it worded correctly.
Okay.
We haven't got there yet.
There was just an awful lot about it, and I'd watched the meeting and then read the notes, but just was curious to see where we were as far as that's concerned.
It'll take a few rough drafts to get that figured out.
Well, because we've had issues with that before as to what to do.
Well, and that's why we need to have it correct. So that way, as we dissipate as board members, the next group that comes in has something to follow and to go by,
Yeah.
rather than leaving it open. Okay?
Good.
All right. Okay. All right, any miscellaneous business? Okay, doesn't sound like we got anything there. All right, everybody look over claims. I need a motion to accept claims unless anybody has an issue.
I'll move we accept the claims.
Second.
I'll second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. All those in favor of accepting claims, including payroll, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay. Claims have been accepted. And I see the crowd's full, so we can skip over the public forum. Okay, anything else before I ask for a motion to adjourn?
Is there any further information about the park, the design that you accepted from RMG or PMG?
You're talking
You're talking about
about,
Second Street?
or River's Edge?
Second Street.
Second Street, we are finally getting surveys back from Beals Moore. REA went ahead and has started preliminary designs pending the surveys. So it took them so long, we just started moving ahead. So I'd say in the next couple weeks, we should get something back from REA. Was that your question?
Yes.
Okay.
it's all in process.
Yeah, I don't know why it took them so long.
Okay, just need a motion, unless there's anything else.
We adjourn?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor of adjourn?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.